Rick, London Calling. This movie has everything: crime, comedy, action. What drew you to the script and this role in particular?
It has comedy?
A little bit, just a tiny bit.
Oh, based on what I read in the script, I was hoping there would be comedy, but then when they cast me, that all went out the window.
Just gone, completely gone. You have no funny
Yeah.
bone.
Um, I had gotten this was right after, like literally right after the strike, which was now I don't even know how many years ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was. And ultimately, I just I love the idea of the action and the comedy infused, and Josh, who I had met years ago, just incredibly nice and kind. So that, and then saying you get to fly to South Africa, I was like, okay, done.
Old. Done.
Yeah,
Did you channel anyone in particular to bring Benson to life?
no.
Okay.
It was kind of a exploratory type of experience. Alan Unger, who's a great director, just wanted, you know, I I read that role and I was like, okay, well, there are some ideas um, I had to make him not as harsh as he is, on screen and nails on chalkboard almost. I just wanted to sort of, I had talked with Alan about certain uh, subtleties, like, the fake tan, the Trump tan that he gave himself, or those types of things were all exploratory. And Alan was open enough to be very, he just loved to say, hey, this sounds great. Let's give that a shot. It was always, let's give that a shot.
I love that. It sounds like the set was just nonstop laughter. Did you and Josh Duhamel get into any behind the scenes shenanigans, and can you share those with me?
Sure. I mean, mature shenanigans.
Yes,
We,
okay.
we were there for a while in Cape Town, which is just the energy of Cape Town is incredible. And everybody, whether they're youthful or not, seem youthful. It's just this boisterous energy. And it was summertime pretty much, over the holidays, like, Christmas and New Year's. And we were invited to, all these fun things and with the most gorgeous landscapes of the water and just mountains, and we just took it all in. Josh, unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, it was just he had this little pebble in his, he was hoping to get finished to have his baby, to be there for his baby. So he was enjoying it, but at the same time, he's like, gosh, I hope there's no early,
Did he make it?
he made it within three
Okay.
days. Yeah, within
3 days
3 days.
to
Yeah,
spare. Okay, that's
yeah,
luck.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you mentioned Cape Town. It sounds amazing. Was this the first time you had shot a movie in Cape Town?
Yeah, it was the first time I had anything in
Ever
Cape Town.
been?
I mean, my first girlfriend when I was, 19 years old, was from there and had talked. I remember the stories about it. But until it was for me, it was an 18-hour flight. It was 11 and then, well, 19 and 8 down. And I just thought like this, it better be remotely enjoy. It was beyond. It was like a different, you were on a different planet. And it was
That's
the most
amazing.
beautiful, beautiful, one of the most beautiful areas of the world.
When the cameras went down, what did you do to decompress? Was there a go-to restaurant, a movie you threw on, or were you just sightseeing and being a tourist in Cape Town?
Well, that was the thing. I'm not usually Mr. Hey, let's go to this museum, or I on my own especially. Um, but I was just so when you're there and that energy and the just the aesthetic of it all, I had to be outside and I had to see things. So, I saw a bunch, and I mean, just gorgeous, and just being able to walk in and out of shops and different restaurants on the water, and it was amazing.
Definitely on my bucket list. That sounds amazing.
Oh, no, you must. If you haven't, truly, I mean, it's a pain in the ass to get there, but it's worth it for
Yeah.
sure.
My brother's graduating from college, and that's where we're considering going as his trip actually next summer. So you know what? Now I'm like, I'm gonna put that in the group chat and be like, we want to go.
But make sure you go in our winter.
Yeah, you know what? See, that's the thing. It's their rainy season if we went in
It
summers.
is. It's very like windy, rainy. So I would suggest our winter.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you've just had an incredible career. Has the way you've said yes to roles changed since you first started, or even changed from 10 years ago?
Oh no, I mean, thank you for saying that. I know I've been incredibly lucky to be working as much as I have. However, things have completely, they've just completely, they're still transitioning. The way the business is now, it's very different than when I first started Suits. There's an adjustment in pretty much like just across the board for actors, writers, directors. Um, so it's been an interesting adjustment in the sense of, well, the quality of projects right now, everybody's fighting for the quality. It's now just a matter of, all right, well, this A-list person is taking this. Are we doing this? All right, well, we'll see. So it's more of a yeah, it's not as easy to just jump on something fun and great. So it's been, I'm fortunate enough to even have that choice, but but I'm hopeful that the it will somehow circle back where there's a little bit more out there for everyone. It feels right now because of things are condensed. So I'm like in a holding pattern.
Definitely a weird time in Hollywood, but I know what you mean. If we can circle back and maybe some unknown filmmakers can start creating things and we get more roles for people, that would be a dream.
Well, guys like me who look like they're on the island of misfit toys of actors, who have the unusual look. It's where it's I'm very fortunate to be able to say, "Oh, would you like to do this?" I just have to get used to being told no for the things that I really, really want, the way things are right now.
Yeah. Well, look, I loved you in Suits. I was so
Thank
happy
you.
when that show got a resurgence on Netflix and everyone started watching. And then, of course, we had Suits LA and you had to make a cameo. Stepping back on set, was that surreal being back in that world again, or did it kind of feel like you never left?
It felt like I never left. Um, I would say the only difference is that it was about 30 pounds less of me, which thank God we got a lot more healthy. Um, but the energy of everyone excited to be there, the new cast being excited to be there. Yeah, and unfortunately, it was just one of those things that, as you know, a lot of things in television don't last. So that was just the way it went. But it was, of course, how could you not say yes to stepping into the character that changed my career?
And I know you mentioned a Louis Litt spinoff in the past. What did you envision for that show?
I have not mentioned it. I have answered questions when people mention it. I
Oh,
thought that, yeah, I
I
mean,
thought there was a phone call that happened or there was something in the works. Maybe not. Okay.
I was always, of course, if you asked me to do that character, there was never a no. But I think other people felt different, and I mean, fans. That's where we've heard it.
Maybe you know what? Maybe that's a Reddit thread. A fandom is like, we need this, and maybe there was some fan fiction written.
Yeah, I think that, and but that ship seems to have sailed, and I think that, rightfully so. It was a 9-year run. Like I said, it was the best thing I've ever experienced. A great job.
Was there a piece of trivia from Suits that you think even the biggest Suits fan would be surprised to know? Because the fandom goes hard. But if there's one piece of trivia you could stump them with, what would that be?
I'm laughing because I wanted to say something completely. I would normally make fun of Gabriel just because it bothers him, but I'm not going to do it. I like to bust his balls. I haven't spoken to him in a while, so I wouldn't want to do it. But no, we look something that no one really knows. Um, I think everyone knows that we would not have had a successful show like we did had we not all had that very unusual chemistry that, and that was on and off screen. As far as something that we haven't told anyone, um, I'm the only one. I don't know if anyone knows this. I'm the only character, or on the show, the character didn't know anything about sports, and everyone else, like Gabriel, they all were. I'm the one in real life that knows sports, and the others.
That's so funny. So
Yeah,
sometimes life does not imitate art, okay? That's so funny.
correct.
So you
Yeah.
knew.
Yeah, when Charles Barkley was on, I had to be put on face because I was away that week and I couldn't, because of course he had scenes with Gabriel's character who knew sports,
Right, right.
and I'm the one who knows his rebounds, his all of his statistics. So luckily, Megan and Sarah had put me on FaceTime with him because I knew how heartbroken I was, and he was like, "Rick, anytime you want to come down to Atlanta, you come down and you visit." And then I ended up meeting him, and we became besties.
I love that. So it all worked out for you. I,
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, Rick, one of my favorite viral moments was you at Meghan Markle's wedding because my world collided when she became a Duchess. I loved Suits. I love her. That
With
was
that look on
incredible.
my face,
That look on your face, that was one of my favorite viral moments.
it
So
was like,
you're like, what's happening? So I gotta know, have you watched With Love, Megan? Because there's a lot of beautifully smelling things on that show. Recipes, candles,
I've
gardens.
seen. So I'm a TikTok fanatic.
Ooh,
When I go to
okay.
sleep, I doom scroll. So I've seen snippets, and it's exactly what Megan used to do when we were, you know, celebrating like holidays up in Canada. Megan would love to prepare things, cook things. Um, and I would mess them up because I would, by accident slice a turkey not the right way to try to help, and it wasn't the presentation. Like it's that kind of thing. Yeah,
Was it the
Megan.
turkey? Did you guys like have a turkey dinner and was that what you were
Yeah,
messing?
Megan had. Yeah, well, I remember Megan preparing it once, and I was like trying to help because I'm like, oh, carve it, and she's like, no.
You're like, I know the way to go. Oh, that's
I was
amazing.
like, the messed up older brother who, like the one who would always, it was that kind of, what are you doing?
We have to get you on season 3 now. And before I let you go, I gotta say, Thanksgiving, I can't have a turkey dinner, speaking of, without a horror slasher in the background. I loved Addison Rae. I loved you, Patrick Dempsey, Milo. I hear we have a sequel. What can you tease?
I can tease that because of what my character experienced right in front of him, his wife being cooked, something mentally wrong happens to him.
He snapped. He snapped. I love it.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'll see. That's all I could
We'll
say.
see. Don't say anymore. Don't say anymore. Thank you so much, Rick. This has been
Thank
great.
you.